we're talking about filler arcs, and specifically, we're gonna talk about specific filler arcs that we think should happen after the Tournament of Power. So, of course, in anime, the Tournament of Power is just finished, and that's kind of where it's left off. We have the movies, but there's probably going to be a little bit of filler before they delve into that if they do bring the anime back. So we're just going to be talking about what we think should happen next. So I know you've had to think about what you want to happen. So do you want to go first and just talk about your idea?
Yeah, I think mine's a little bit of an odd one. It's just kind of a background lore filler one for me,
Hmm.
because obviously the Tournament of Power introduced to a lot of new people
Yeah.
um, all at once. And I think we've talked previously about how, especially for instance, the Pride Troopers, we got introduced to a lot of people very quickly and we didn't get a chance to meet a lot of them.
Hmm.
So for mine, really, I would want Universe 7, so the champions, to go on almost a victory tour to the each of the universes
Okay.
and meet maybe the destroyers of each and basically have be be able to talk to each universe, maybe each universe per episode, or the less interesting or the universes that weren't as engaging. They would maybe do a couple in a particular episode, but the ones where you've got like Universe 11 with Jiren and Toppin and everyone, then they would spend an episode in there, and we'd get to know a bit more about them
Hmm.
and things like that. And we basically, so it would be quite a short arc. Or you could have Piccolo being introduced a bit more to the Universe 6 Namekians, and you could see the difference between obviously the Namekians, if they have different histories, law, things like that.
Hmm.
You could have Gohan obviously had that big fight with Obni, and he defeated him, and that meant that Universe 10 got eliminated. But they obviously had a moment where Obni was saying that, like, I was glad to meet you, but I'm fighting for my universe. I have
Yeah.
to eliminate you. And they basically had like a warrior moment before
Hmm.
Gohan eliminated him. And it would be nice to see them talking afterwards. So it's quite a simple filler arc, but it would be nice to flesh out all of these universes rather than so. And you could see like some small fights, some small matches within that to say, like, I don't know, maybe Caulifla go up against um Vegeta or something like that, just as a little sparring match, or something, or a bit more of you could have Vegeta finally meeting the king of Universe
Yeah.
6,
Yeah.
something like
That'd
that.
be
There's
good.
there's loads of opportunities for those promises to be fulfilled
Hmm.
and things like that, because he keeps saying, like, he literally made this huge thing. He made this huge Vegeta made this huge speech to Goku that during that kind of empowered his Ultra Instinct, and really we need to follow through at some point with that. I'd like to see that. Like, I would
Yeah.
really like for Vegeta to meet the King of Saiyans,
Hmm.
and I think just something simple, but it was something I'd like to see. I think it would be filler that has a purpose,
Hmm.
and it would mean that when we eventually do come back to these characters, because I think we will. I don't think we've seen the last of Top or Jiren or anyone like that. I'd be very surprised if we have.
Yeah.
We know a bit more about them, so it actually means something. They're
Hmm.
not just coming back and it's like, oh, you're that guy we beat, I don't know, 20 arcs ago. It's like, oh, that character actually means something to me now.
Yeah.
So I think it's something simple that I'd like to see.
Yeah, especially like some of the characters you mentioned there, like the other Namekians and stuff. They aren't main characters that are introduced. Like they're not on the level of Jiren or Hit or Kaba, that type of thing. Um,
Yeah.
but they're interesting enough characters where they can build a mini story around them. Same with even like Ribrianne. Even though I'm not a fan of her or that entire universe, if I'm honest, but it'll be
Yeah.
interesting just to see their world and their universe to see what it's like and how different it is from Earth, especially since everyone's all about love and all that stuff. Um, and yeah, I would like to see. I completely agree, and I would be fine with this filler arc, just like a victory tour of the universes. Because there's also bound to be some universes that are extremely unhappy still with the fact that the tournament happened in the first place. So you can easily get some fights in there, maybe some sneak attack fights, that type of thing. And I'm sure, a lot of new allies will be made. Enemies becoming friends, just like Goku does with everyone, just about. Um, so yeah,
Frost and Freezer.
Frost
Frost will
and
be holding a
Freezer,
grudge, and
yeah,
Freezer may be made to come with. I mean, it's plenty
potentially,
powerful people. You
yeah,
can't, you can't. The Grandmaster, if the Grandmaster says Freezer has to come, Freezer can't say no.
yeah,
So
exactly.
like, yeah.
Especially
um,
because no one's going to really want Frieza to go off on his own if he's back alive
yeah,
again. So they're going to want to keep him around. But yeah, it would be interesting. I would like that. I have no problems with that at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, there's not that many universes, and you can the few the smaller universes where they're not really that interesting. They didn't get that much engagement. They got knocked out quite quickly.
Hmm.
You could put a couple in per episode and just focus more on the bigger ones. So it wouldn't have to be a big arc, but you would get some time in. So I think, yeah,
Yeah, even then, wasn't there only 8 universes in the Tournament of Power? 10 fighters each? Or was it 6? Was it 6 universes? Ten, 6 or
can't
8?
remember exactly, but there wasn't like 10. I know there
Yeah,
was.
there wasn't 10.
It was up to 11 because Jim was Universe 11, but there wasn't 11 in there
Yeah.
because there was obviously the ones that were kicked out for
Hmm.
being too strong.
Either way, you
Uh,
can easily just have one universe per episode, and I think since the episodes are like 20 minutes, you can easily flesh out
yeah,
20 minutes per episode per universe. That would be
yeah.
fine. And having a 8 to 10 episode filler arc, yeah, that could work.
They've definitely done longer filler arcs than
Definitely,
that.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I like it, and I have nothing bad to say about it. No extra ideas. Um, I guess I can talk about my idea. So my idea isn't actually a full arc. It's maybe just a 1 or 2 episode thing, which, if anything, could happen right before your idea for an arc. And what my idea was is everything that happened on Earth whilst everyone was away at the Tournament of Power. But it's like a 2 episode mini arc, because the only people left on Earth at this point are Goten and Trunks, pretty much. Everyone else has went away to the Tournament of Power, so Earth's kind of wide open for an attack right now. Um,
they're babysitting the park rangers, aren't they?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So they hear a lot of rumbling in the distance, and they fly back to Capsule Corp to see what's going on. Ask Bulma if she knows anything, that type of thing, and yeah, Yamcha's there too, because of course Yamcha didn't go away. And Yamcha's saying like, okay, look kids, there isn't any other adults around. I'll go with you. Let's go check it out. So this mini arc is just Yamcha, Goten, and Trunks. Okay. These are my main characters for this arc. And they go investigate and see what's going on. They hear that a village is being terrorized, and they go check it out. And when they get there, it's pretty empty, the village. And they hear screaming in the distance. They go try and figure it out. They turn a corner, and there's just a figure. And old school fans will straight away know who this is. But it's revealed, and it's Monster Rabbit. He's back. He came back from the moon. He managed to get down from the moon, and he's back. He's still got his sunglasses. He's turning people into carrots yet again. And yeah, it's like, what? Monster Carrot's back.
This is a very old school reference, right here.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've done it before. They brought back Arale to completely destroy Vegeta and Goku in their Super Saiyan Blue forms, and she
See, I
was
thought you were going to go with Launch when you first said this figure.
no, no, not Launch. Although Launch would always be good to come back, have a mini story with NTN again.
Yeah.
But no, it's Monster Rabbit, and he's back on Earth. He's turning people into carrots, and Yamcha is like, "Wait, I remember you," because obviously Yamcha was there at the time, and he's seen everything that went on. He was involved, and he tries to. He warns both Goten and Trunks, "Don't let him touch you. You'll turn into a carrot if he touches you." And so they're all prepared, and Yamcha decides, "Okay, just stay back. I've dealt with him before. I'll deal with this." And of course, because it's Dragon Ball, and Yamcha's made it into a joke at every available opportunity, he gets turned into a carrot. It's unavoidable. He doesn't put up any sort of a fight, and he's turned into a carrot. And then Goten and Trunks are left there just like, what are we supposed to do? Yamcha's been turned into a carrot. There's this random giant rabbit guy with sunglasses terrorizing people.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, what do we do? So they try key blasts, and that doesn't work because Monster Carrot explains that since he's been away on the moon for this whole time with lower gravity, he's managed to get stronger and faster, and he can jump higher because of the lower gravity. He's learned how to jump even higher than he used to be able to. So he's very capable of dodging key blasts with ease. So Goten and Trunks are kind of out of options again because they're thinking, well, we can't touch him. The key blasts aren't working. What should we do? So they decide, let's do the fusion dance. Let's become Gotenks. It makes us faster. We can figure out something here. So they do the fusion dance, and it fails. They turn into skinny Gotenks, the one with hardly any energy, who is very skinny, can't really move much, and they're kind of stuck. And they're like, "Oh no, this is bad." And Monster Carrot realizes that they can't really move, and he decides to just taunt them by launching the carrot missiles at them. The only thing is, this backfires, and Gotenks grabs the carrots with the tiny energy they have and starts eating them, all of them. Just all of these carrot explosions that are coming at them. They're catching them, they're eating them, and you can see Gotenks is slowly getting buffer, and he turns into normal Gotenks. He gets his power back, and that's the way they kind of defeat the fusion time limit of being stuck skinny by eating all of these carrots to get strong. It's a good message for the kids: eat your vegetables. And yeah, they turn super powerful again into normal Gotenks, as everyone loves to hate, kind of. And Monster Carrot, as soon as he sees the speed, just gives up. There's not a fight. There's anything too special. Monster Carrot isn't a fighter. He does the carrot explosions. He turns people into carrots. He's not a fighter, though. So there won't be a fight, and it doesn't make sense because as soon as Monster Carrot touches them, it would turn into a carrot anyway. So he gives up, and they ask him to turn Yamcha back into a human, which he does, and then he just starts pleading like, "Please don't send me back to the moon." And Gotenks just like, "What are you talking about? The moon? Why would he send you to the moon?" And so they decide to transport him to Kami's lookout, and Dende and Mr. Popo are up there with Monster Rabbit, and Gotenks is just like, "What are we supposed to do with him?" And so Mr. Popo says, "Put him in the time chamber." So they put him in the time chamber, lock the door, and Monster Carrot is again stuck in a void, unable to escape. And that is my filler arc.
You put a lot of thought into this filler.
I
a
did.
lot more than me.
I put a lot of thought into it because I was thinking, it'll be fun to see a character who no one expects to appear again. And why not bring back Monster Carrot? He's somehow a bit stronger. Maybe they change his look a little bit, make him a bit thinner since he's been working out on the moon. Who knows? And yeah, Yamcha's made into a joke again. Gotenks is the savior, and everything ends with Monster Carrot being stuck yet again. And they're probably not going to use the time chamber for a long, long, long time. So it's a worry for another day when they think about releasing them. Who cares? So yeah. That's
I like it. It's definitely a throwback.
Yeah, definitely.
A throwback.
100%. Because they can just, all of the stuff with Yamcha, knowing who Monster Carrot is, they can have some funny interactions there. Gotenks not having a clue what's going on and why there's so many carrots all over the place. And yeah, I think
the thing is, because the kids as well, interacting with a bunny and everything like that, they're the sort of people that you would expect to have better interactions with them.
Exactly.
It's the sort of ridiculous you would expect from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and then of course, if that happens in like a 2-episode span or whatever, because like these filler episodes usually last like just 1 or 2 episodes at most, so that can be easily done. And then Yorok can happen straight after that. Everyone comes back to Earth, they start planning their victory parade and all that stuff, and yeah,
they can be landing back home as soon as your arc finishes.
Yeah, or even better, link them two together. Like they take him up to the lookout, and that's when everyone arrives back on Earth. And Goku's like, "What? Monster carrot?" And he puts him back on the moon, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Monster carrot's back
he
on the
sees him,
moon.
panics, and puts him back on the moon.
Yeah, yeah,
What are you doing here? Bong.
yeah. And then that's it. Ended just like that. Yeah, I think it would be
Brilliant.
funny, but yeah.
Oh, I like the amount of thought you've put into it.
Mm.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
Just the right amount of ridiculousness for Dragon Ball.
it is. Yamcha's made it a joke again, which not too pleased. But if this type of thing was to happen, it probably would happen like that. So it is how it is, and this would be the best time to do it when no one else is around. So why not? And
Yeah,
yeah,
fair.
I kind of just want to see
I
it
like
now.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
Devastated. Want to see them both?
Yeah, I want to see them both. I think the tour of the universe will be really, really good, and a lot of interesting fights or interactions could happen there between a lot of different people. So yeah,
Yeah.
all for it.
I think it's a shame we won't see a lot of, or even won't ever see a lot of the characters that we've seen. Won't
Mm,
ever get to hear a lot more about them. I don't ever think we'll see them Namekians ever again.
probably not. No,
No,
all of
which is a
the
shame.
pretty much all of the mechanical universe, I doubt we'll ever see again. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, there's a
I
lot
don't
of
think we'll
universe
ever
like
hear
that.
an Omni again.
Yeah,
He's like Universe 10. Like, yeah, it's a shame. I don't even know when we would see Universe 11 again. Like, it would probably have to be if they needed a strong team to help them beat somebody or something like
yeah.
that.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but we'll see.
yeah, I'm confident we will see Kaba, Kale Caulifla hit again,
Oh,
and
we'll see
definitely
six.
Jiren and Toppo, 100%. Apart from
Mm.
those main ones, though, I haven't got high hopes for many others, but we'll
No,
see.
I think yeah, the Foxy trio are gone. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Basil and that, I think they're done. I think they've
yeah,
had their moment in the sun.
we did because they also had their own episode as well where it was just them. I guess so. They've
Yeah,
kind of been spoiled a bit. We don't need more of them. There's not much
I
else to be
think I
able to
think
add.
yeah, I think they've served their purpose.
Mm.
Like yeah, they were the mini villains, and that's it.
Yeah, and we've seen enough transformations from Ribrianne and the girls and the guys of that universe, so we don't need to go through
Yeah,
all of that again. Definitely not.
yeah.